Gen Z Confidential. What's really worrying the next workforce, Rashi?
What's worrying the Gen Next force that is surrounding us? Well, a lot of things. Reported that 61% of them have crippling anxiety at least once a month.
It's very important to make our students, today's students, understand what is going to work going ahead. Namaste Rashi, Namaste everyone. I'm Anjali Narang from the Sri Ram School, Aravali, Gurgaon. And today we are going to discuss the topic Gen Z Confidential. What's really worrying the next workforce, Rashi?
Namaste to everyone. My name is Dr. Rashi Ahuja Dixit, and I'm the career counselor with City Montessori School, Lucknow. And yes, very pertinent question, Anjali. What's worrying the Gen Next force that is surrounding us? Well, a lot of things. There is a recent study by LinkedIn. In 2024, they found out that the Gen Z workforce and the students that are in school that belong to this generation have reported that 61% of them have crippling anxiety at least once a month. Another study by Fiamma and Nelson reported that 21% of them said that their mental health is affected because of the societal and cultural pressures that they face. So lots of things that are affecting them, Anjali, and we should definitely be talking about it.
I agree with you, Rashi. I agree with you completely. Actually, Satya Nadella, chairman and CEO of Microsoft, some time back stated, AI is democratizing expertise across the workforce, right? Now, if AI is making inroads so fast, it is affecting every sector. How is the generation next? How is Gen Z going to stay relevant, right? If I refer to Accenture's strategy report, they argue that how can their employees, stay in the game? There is one way forward for sure. Even in uncertain times, they need to invest in soft skills. In the age where we are surrounded by machines, where we are surrounded by artificial intelligence in every sector, where there is rapid industrial growth, it's important that they invest in soft skills which will help them stay ahead of others.
Oh my God, Anjali, that's a mouthful, I must say. And do you know, we never even used the word AI when we were counseling students 5 years ago. It was not on our radar for sure. And you know, there's another thing that was not on our radar 5 years ago. It is this question on authenticity that is now so pertinent with our students. They are facing such an identity crisis. What is authentic and what is not is the biggest question they face. This paralyzing pressure of perfectionism, the way they represent themselves on LinkedIn, the way they represent themselves on Instagram, they lose sight of who they really are. They are so scared of failing. It is all or nothing. It is perfect or nothing. And this needs to be addressed in classrooms, on dining tables. The question on this authenticity needs to be addressed for sure.
I completely agree with you, Rashi, because when we talk as career counselors, authenticity, credibility of data, credibility of resources makes us accountable towards our students, right? We have to refer to the right sources. We have to get information, and that too in such a dynamic world where, counseling in itself is emerging. There are new global patterns emerging. There are new trends emerging. Students have to stay ahead of others by keeping themselves updated too, right? Sometimes I just really wonder, all these fears that we are talking about, that are plaguing the minds of Gen Z, are they exaggerated? Are they misplaced in any way? Are they underestimated? I mean, I have my view on it. I would like to know your view as well.
Well, they are not misplaced for sure. There is so much of uncertainty. You cannot predict what a career path will look like 5 years or 10 years from now. And there is always, whenever there is uncertainty, it is but human to follow it up with the fear of unknown. So their fear is well founded. The fear of unknown is a crippling factor for the Gen Z for sure. But that does not mean that it cannot be addressed. There is a definite way that facts can be used, reassurance by the community, reassurance by their support system and different stakeholders in the education that can really help them cross this bridge and get to the safe space they need to go for.
Taking this discussion forward, Rashi, I feel, definitely it's a pertinent point. It's very important to make our students, today's students, understand what is going to work going ahead, right? So I'll just make a short reference to Jobs for Future report that has come out that has spoken about investing time in upskilling, right? When we are surrounded by machines, when we have technology all around, and we are talking about generation that is digitally fluent, that is I'm so sorry,
It's okay. Start the
technologically
sentence again.
driven, you know, uh, they will have to step back, ponder, think over, and invest their time in certain skills that would make them more humane, that would make everything that they do more personal in nature. It can be empathy, it can be resilience. They are plagued by the fear of rejection. They learn to embrace failures. They learn to collaborate with they need to learn to collaborate with others. Communication is a very sound skill that everybody needs to embrace. Everybody needs to develop. So, going forward, these are the skills that could be in more demand than AI, than digital literacy, perhaps, or maybe not. I'm still unsure about it.
Can I add to that?
Sure.
What about overcoming the fear of failing and falling? Isn't that a skill that they can develop? Take a minute, think about it. They are afraid to fall, but why not teach them to fall forward? Which means learning from your mistakes and growing, exploring, and making new mistakes. Why not teach them that this fear of failing stems from the fact that they need to think of themselves as a work in progress? It's not failing, it's just a speed bump. And it gets you down the road, it makes you better as you go forward. I think that is one skill that can help them both in the AI and the non AI world for sure. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Non-tech careers are also in demand, and going forward, they will be in demand because while we know that tech careers or technology-related careers like data science and informatics, for example, cybersecurity will always be in demand, we also know that non-tech careers like design thinking and healthcare and sustainability, I mean, green careers are going to be in demand in a big way. Uh, Students must understand that this is what will keep them in the game. This is what with which they will stay relevant, right? Just to end this conversation, Rashi, I would like you to give them some advice, if you would.
Absolutely. Carrying the thought forward that I just put a while back, the students of today, the Gen Zers as we call them, need to learn. They have already learned how to learn, but what is the next step? To unlearn and to relearn. Because to stay relevant in their jobs in the long run, when uncertainty, fear of unknown are very pertinent factors, if they can quickly unlearn the old knowledge, relearn the new knowledge, they're always going to find success and passion in whatever they put their minds to.
Even I would like to give them some piece of advice,
Absolutely.
if I may. I think Gen Z needs to understand that if they have to be different, if they have to be liked, if they have to progress in their careers, they need to invest their time judiciously. They need to invest their time in learning, picking up new skills. They need to learn to multitask. While most of them are independent learners, they also, somewhere need to understand their goals, the goals in sight realistically. And like you said, let them not be afraid of failing. And for the fear of failing, let them not be afraid of trying at least.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think with that, we would wrap it up.
Sure.
And we will see our audience next time for sure. Thank you so much.
I wish them all the very best.
Absolutely. All the very best to our Gen Zers, of course.